I have all my notes. Hello. Welcome to Sanguine Isles, Gilded Blades. It's like Sanguine Isles, but not. Hosted by Josh. That's it.
Hi.
This is a game of political intrigue, in-depth kind of investigation and mystery. And playing this game are my lovely players. Let's start with introductions. Let's go with Lim. Go first.
Wow, I'm first this time. I'm Lim. I play Cassius. He is a knight and he is involved here because he's sort of the kind of head of the guard for one of the ambassadors from the Republic of Kuthia, and he kind of has fallen in with this this group of people because they all seem to have be of like mind, and the ambassadors pretty much sent him off to investigate and make some alliances. So that's what he's doing. I do art mainly, but I'm not going to plug it because I have so many different screen names. You'll never find me.
You need one of those like link trees or something so we can find every single one of them.
As soon as I can get the any kind of like liminalist on Instagram, then it'd be easier, because I've got liminalist on Twitter, and I've got the liminalist.net, and I missed my opening to get the .com when I was offered it. And then I have Tekta on DeviantArt, and then I have Nova Chronum on Instagram, and it's just like, but I'm trying to get them all to liminalist.
We need to get you a link tree for now.
Yeah.
Just a baseline. Thank you for the subscription, King Bashman. Thank you. Great. Next, we're gonna go with Havoc.
Oh, hi everyone. I'm Havoc. I am playing Rook, the mercenary dragonborn. He is trying to increase his station and hanging out with these people. Me personally, you can find me at Havoc_RPG. I'm everywhere there. That's it.
Fair enough. With that, we're gonna go with... Screw it. We're going with Theoden. I was gonna try to go in order, but then I forgot to keep the thing open. But I think I did it right.
All right. Well, I am AntDX1, or Ant for short. I stream on Twitch, and in game, I'm playing Theoden Deverett. And he doesn't know what he's doing, so we're all going to find that out together.
Fair enough. All right. Sugar Papa. Furied Fate. Go for it.
Hey y'all, Furied Fate. I am playing Vermouth, a elven sorceress. But I myself am a variety Twitch streamer. And all my socials are at Furied Fate if you ever want to stalk me or see what I'm doing on other platforms besides Twitch.
Just feel free to stalk Furied. Apparently.
Please, I welcome it. I encourage the stalkers.
Okay, well that's
Yeah.
Don't do
all
that.
right. We're gonna cut you off there.
She's lying. Don't listen.
Right.
Well, I live in Texas. I have a gun. I've never used it, so.
Keep encouraging
I
that
have a
behavior.
video
You
to
might.
show you later.
I have a gun. I've never used it. I would like to, though.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, Myriad, you're up.
Hi guys, I'm Kirsten, or Myriad, whatever you want to call me is fine. I am a streamer here on twitch.tv/Myriad_X. I play a lot of cozy games. Sometimes I play little like one-off games. We do some spooky things on Tuesdays with the Ghoul Gang. And then I do like art and TTRPG world building the rest of the time. And then you can find me basically everywhere else playing said TTRPGs. And I'm playing Euphemia de Vesemir. She is a wizard high elf wizard, and she's kind of a bitch, and people are scared of her, which they should be. So,
Honestly, yeah. I am the storyteller, or the lore weaver, as it says on my little bar. I don't know. I guess that's what I am. The yellow cubes, you can find me at the Ghoul Gang and everything else, but for right now, I'm right here hosting this show. That's all I got. I'm sorry. All right. Myriad, you're giving me my recap.
sure. So last session, Rook discovered that the person who was supposed to be looking out after Eatwell, they hadn't heard from him, and they hadn't heard. Eatwell just seemed to have disappeared. So he decided that he needed to go and investigate, which led him and basically the rest of the party to the Vesemir's villa. For some reason, everyone just showed up there. Not sure why. No one. I don't know. Euphemia doesn't know. Vermouth didn't know either. Vermouth had showed up to collect our the recipe cards to bring back to Lady Fordain, and Vermouth now has two ladies in waiting, two very attractive lady orcs, and yeah, lady half orcs,
and
Lola and Hannah.
Lola and Hannah. Yeah, you gotta know their names because they're now important.
They are named NPCs. They risk dying now. And then Cassius showed up after having a conversation, I think, with Bernard. And then Theoden showed up after going to a craft store and buying Khan some crochet materials. He went to a kitten's toy, and he met Luke, who I decided is like Luke from Gilmore Girls in my head. And then Rook and Cassius, we went to the Linnaeus villa, where Rook and Cassius were teleported to Nahalath, to investigate what happened to Eatwell. And when they arrived, they found her house a mess. There was flour all over the place with footsteps. And they discovered Eatwell. She was upstairs in a bathroom with her neck bleeding, and they somehow nursed her back to health. I don't know. I was zoned out a little bit. And then
used a potion.
Oh, okay. I thought you were a paladin. Couldn't you just like?
You know.
All right.
Stop judging.
Okay.
Look, I don't just go up to people and like them. Like,
maybe you should. This is how Cassius gets a wife. And then Cassius also discovered the last two parts of the cipher that we were missing in order to decipher the recipe cards. He found a sheet of metal with holes in it, as well as a book in the cupboard that didn't belong there. The book was titled Oracle Sites by Arno and Tallow. And then they decided they were going to lay in wait and see if the niece showed up, because Eatwell had told them that the niece was supposed to show up today. And then she also gave them descriptions of her attackers, because she got attacked. That's why she was bleeding in the bathroom. And then back in the Linnaeus estate, Euphemia was talking to Tanya and asking Tanya about her opinion on the recipe card that they had found, containing the one part sugar, 1 part tea leaves, and then water. And apparently that was something that the butchers did, where they would honor gods after murdering people. So there's a lot of uses for this little tea thing. And then casually just engaged 2 of her children to Tanya's children, because that's what you do in those times. You just marry your children off and hope for the best. And then back with Rook and Cassius, the niece showed up and she made a weird tea, and Edwell started like fucking babbling shit about Dragonborns and the Raylons. And the niece also has a weird heterochromia that we've noticed in both the curator as well as Edwell's children that Euphemia saw in her memories. So things are getting weird. Things are getting freaky. And then they went and they tried to go find the archer who was supposed to be on watch, and they found him stabbed with a crudely carved circle with a cross-hatching lines on his chest, and a rectangle on his belly. But he was definitely dead. And then Cassius whispered sweet nothings to the rock that they were given to get them back to the Linnaeus villa. Because you're supposed to talk to it like a lover would. That's the key. That's the key to getting it to work, to getting it to function. And then they brought the body back. And we all looked at the body and we're like, wow, that's a dead body. That's sure a dead body on the table now. And then we started to decipher the code. And perhaps we're even more confused. I don't know. I'm confused, but that's because I'm a low intelligence person playing a high intelligence character. That's it.
Loved it. Good job. You get a prize.
I like prizes.
You get some prizes. I will roll it up in a bit. Great. So we are here. You guys have deposited this body onto the table before a very confused looking Tenya Lydias. She has graciously pushed a bunch of food off of a table for you to place the body, and her guards have been stationed outside, and she's letting you all talk while she does something. Nobody really asked what she was doing, or nobody really seems to mind, so she was just gonna let you guys talk among yourselves while she did what she was doing. So what are you guys doing or talking about?
I don't think Vermouth is there yet, is she?
No, you are. Lady Fordain came.
Oh, no.
Remember,
Okay.
you and Lady Fordain
That's right. That's
showed
right.
up with the recipe
We had
cards.
to bring the cards. Yeah. That's right. Jay, was it just me and Lady Fordain that showed up, or did my two ladies also follow me?
Your two ladies would be stationed outside, as you know, as her guards would be.
Of course, yeah. They can't be, privy.
I'm gonna look at Rook and say, are you going to notify the boy's parents of his death?
I don't even know if the boy had parents. But I will make sure that the arrangements are taken care of. And make a note to go see Burke about that.
The man you usurped his position from.
Usurped? You mean took?
That's another word for took, yes.
Why didn't you just say that?
Because my vocabulary is immaculate and large.
And confusing.
Keep up.
I try.
And then I'm going to look around at everyone else. Well, did we have any plans for today?
My plans were to do nothing, but I guess those plans have to change.
Yeah, none that can't wait. I wasn't. A dead body showing up was not really factored in.
Well, I'll
Dead
notify
body.
parents or
Everybody's
track them down.
overreacting. Jeez.
And we should probably at least try to find the boy's family, or else we'll be disposing of the body perhaps prematurely. But I can go handle that.
Has anyone thought to talk to the corpse?
What?
Can you do that?
Well, there's a thing, not me per se, but I've seen it done before. Usually somebody with a holy nature could ask the corpse questions.
I'm going
Do
to look to
we-
the only holy one of us. Cassius, you possess that ability.
I don't believe so. I wouldn't have thought to do that.
My lady, Lady Fordain, do we happen to know anybody, a shaman of the orc tribe, of the half-orc tribes, that could help us with this?
Let's see if she remembers any.
Cool.
Not that I can recall at the moment, and none that I would trust with this information.
Lady Vesemir, do you happen to have an acquaintance that you could trust that may or may not be able to do this?
Would Euphemia have anyone? I don't think so.
Oh,
You can give me a luck roll.
What's
Give me a
that?
straight roll.
Just a D20?
Yeah.
Can Vermouth also try to do that? Maybe she might remember somebody who could
11.
do it for them.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
If anyone wants to try to figure that out, I will let you.
Yeah, I don't hang out with those kind of people.
Yeah, we do the ships. I'm not sure there'd be any. I couldn't even explain how I might know that.
We do the ships. I need that on
We
a
do the
shirt.
ships.
We do the ships.
Deverett, we do the ships.
All right. No one else is gonna roll. Cass, you're not rolling.
Maybe I misunderstood. What was this for then? I thought
It's just a luck roll to see if you would know anyone who could possibly talk to the dead.
I'm not even from this country.
Bernard might have connections. It's just a luck roll. It's not going to cost you anything.
I mean,
But-
okay, I can roll something. I don't know how to roll luck. Where is luck?
Just a
It's
D20.
just yeah, it's just a D20.
Oh,
I just call it luck because it's whatever you roll.
Oh, damn.
Dang. All right. Great. Vermouth. With a 15,
Yes.
you would know a few, like, maybe some madams, from way back when had this,
Mhm.
just because they had a different kind of clerical way about them. Like, they had a different god. So you would know maybe one or two, but that was a
I
long time
You have to
ago.
see if they're still alive. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
You're-
problem about
you're-
being long-lived.
yeah.
That's what we're calling it now, long-lived.
Long-lived.
Hmm.
So you
Yeah.
would have to, like, maybe send out some scouts or see if you can figure it out. But you do
I would
know-
send out. I would ask Lola and Hannah to each look up one of. I'm guessing I know like maybe two names to go look
Yeah.
for them to see if they're still around.
Okay.
So that way they have an errand to do.
Okay.
Give
So
my
you send them
NPC
out.
something to do.
Sure.
your posse.
You can do that. Your boys, if you will. Cassius, you're new to this country, but you do know that Bernard came with a very extensive kind of retinue. You do know that among them is a single cleric, meant to very specifically keep Bernard healthy and, up to not get sick, essentially. What he does is important, so he needs to be kept healthy. How you're gonna get him here is a different question.
I got a
Okay.
bag.
You make it.
There's a back.
You make it sound like the city's full of like plague and disease. I mean, that's not wrong, but
Have you been to the city? I've walked through. It's. He probably should have brought a spare in case that one got sick.
That's fair.
So that's what the
Oh,
information that you guys
man,
know.
my food got here way faster than I thought. 1 second.
But yeah. So that's what you guys know. Are you gonna like, Vermouth? Are you gonna like tell them anything specific, or is it just like go out to where the brothels are and find them for me?
I didn't know they were going to be in brothels, but okay, sure.
They're madams.
Madams. Okay, asparagus. I like that. I would ask if they could set up a discreet meeting from an old friend. Yeah.
All right, I'd say you can do that.
Yeah, if they're still alive. Just, of course.
Of course, obviously, long-lived happens, for sure. So you go, tell them. They kind of look at you with a little bit of a like disturbed look, if you will. They are technically noble women, so that's not really what they do, but they'll do it.
They're
And
doing
they like
errands
shuffle off.
for me. They're doing errands for me, okay? And I mean, these women are entrepreneurs. They started their own business and they don't need a man to dictate their lives, so don't judge.
They do. Okay. Yeah, they go off and they go look for them. Does anyone else have anything that they're doing right now? Like, you guys are still contained within this room.
Can I use one of the? Actually, I might use both of the things that you gave me.
Okay.
I want to try to figure out the connection between the curator, the niece, and supposedly Edwell's sons, because they all have the same heterochromia.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to give me a more specific thread that you want me to give you. Because that's multiple.
Trying to think of what would be most beneficial for us in the storyline.
Do you want to think on it a little bit?
Like I want to know about like the identity of the curator, I think. Is that a thread?
I would say that is one that I cannot give you. I did not think that one. I can't give that one to you because again, that one is multiple.
Okay.
So it is multi-layered, I'm afraid. One of the things that you did say, which was like the connection between the eyeball, like you can give me something else. Like, I'm sorry for saying no so much.
Wow, you hate me? It's fine.
Well,
What about the book? Can I try to decipher more from the book? Is the book going to offer us any more further information than what it already has?
It can, yes.
Okay, can I roll for that one then?
Sure. So you're
Actually,
gonna use the thing for it?
I'm gonna use that, and then I'm gonna use my nat 20 on that roll too.
So you're gonna use both things?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. All right. As you begin to like scour the book. They're talking among themselves. They're conversing about what they can do, who they can talk to, that kind of thing. And as you begin to like look through the book, you're pretty, adept at magic and that kind of thing. And generally, you wouldn't have noticed this because it's not like a very strong type of magic. And it's barely magic at all, as much as it is like words that would eventually, if turned into like a different language, would become one of the like spells that you would say out loud. And as you begin to like realize that, oh, this is what's happening here, you realize that this book is just like chunks of either like stories or whatever that you have come to know about, just like as any kid learns about stories. And then you start to break it down. And at the core of it is this kind of blood magic. You start to notice that a lot of the stories involve like a way to make magic more potent or a way to make magic stronger. And there is like a number of things that come up of like, to do this thing you need like celery seed, lavender, and blood, like the blood of a newborn doe or something. And with this, you have the plate to like decipher it, and you start to notice that it is like the recipe again is the flour, the water, the sugar. It's just that now that you're looking at it, it requires a significant amount of blood. Like humans, an entire person's worth.
Any mention of like the blood of a youngest son or anything like that?
You're using your nat 20, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Can I see what that spell in particular is for?
Nat 20. Yeah. You would know that for at least what they explain here is for something to not so much as it sounds a lot like a polymorph, but just kind of broken. So as opposed to making somebody like a squirrel, it would make them like something blank stronger. So it like doesn't give you a certain word and then it's stronger, and that's it.
Okay. Yeah, as they're discussing that, I'm just gonna kind of keep going through just to see if like anything else sticks out to me. But if it doesn't, I'm going to sort of like clear my throat a little bit to garner their attention. This is it's a spell book. It's a spell book for blood magic.
Oh, really? I've never really looked at spell books. As Vermouth leans in because she's curious because, spell books are new. She doesn't understand them.
It's a lot of these spells require an exorbitant amount of blood from a person.
Like enough from a whole dead body? As she looks at the dead body in front of them.
Yes.
Do you think they drained the blood out of this corpse? As she pokes it.
Was that checked? If all the blood was drained from the corpse or no?
We could barely tell he was dead.
Yeah, we'd have noticed a drained corpse, right?
With the rolls you guys had last time? Nah.
That's why we couldn't tell he was dead. We didn't do too good.
How does the body look in general? Is it still kind of plump? I mean, I'm sure it's already getting rigor mortis.
Plump. Plump with what?
I mean, like if it was drained of blood.
Whoa.
if it was like drained of blood, it could be desiccated. You know, like if the blood was sucked out of it from like a vampire or some shit.
I suppose in Magic World, that's true. Is
far
the
as the
corpse
body-
still turgid?
Do the corpse still bounce as you throw it onto the floor? So, looking at the body, it does still kind of look pinkish. So it doesn't look completely like blue, pale. It doesn't look that way. Not yet, anyway. It still has some color, but it is
So it
starting
doesn't
to
look
get
like
there.
it doesn't look like a body from like mortuary assistant or anything like that.
So
No.
we would
That's
might be
my
able
own
to
knowledge.
assume that Archer was killed not for blood magic purposes, but because he might have been a loose thread.
That's what Cass is going with, whether it's right or not.
They're holding a tourney in the next coming days, right? That's within the next couple of days, Jay. There's a particular spell here that requires the blood of a youngest son. And they've asked my husband to take part in the tourney. Despite him being the heir.
You thinking they want his blood?
Perhaps. He will most certainly die if he takes part in it.
Can no one substitute in?
They would see it as a slight.
Against who?
The king
His honor.
himself.
I mean, that's
Not
better
really.
than dying, is it not?
Depending on how insulted the king is, he would die anyway.
So this is my first time here. What usually happens in these tourneys? Any way that we could intervene on his behalf?
Would we have any idea what goes out? Like what types of feats are done during the tourneys?
You would know. You've been around, like court and stuff. Yeah, you know that it's a stereotypical tourney. It's just that sometimes, if there's somebody who is magically inclined, they tend to partake in a different way of like magical strength or magical potency. But other than that, no. It's not very different. It's not, you know, sword fighting, jousting,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that kind of thing. Archery.
I want to go to the 20.
If you think that they're wanting the blood of your husband, which and I mean this in no offense at all, but I do think that's a bit of a long shot. Don't you think we could at least eliminate that possibility by finding out a little bit more about the other participants? If others are all youngest sons, that would say a lot, I think. Or if none of them were.
I'm gonna look to Theoden. Did you receive an invitation to the tourney?
I have not received an invitation, but I also have not been around too much. I haven't checked in a bit.
Perhaps you ought to do that. You wouldn't want to select the king.
suppose that's true. I imagine my father would have gotten word to me. I'm pretty sure. Is she still following me? Or she... I guess she would have been outside the gates, at least.
She's just lurking
Khan?
behind a pillar.
Yeah, no, Khan's outside. Every couple minutes you do hear like a guard go, no.
I think my father would have gotten word to me if that were the case, just given the circumstances.
True.
Lady Fordain, have you gotten any invitation or heard of anything for the family?
Pardon? Repeat yourself.
For Lady Fordain's family?
No. All of her heirs are all female. They're all women.
Okay, I didn't know if they would like make an exception or something for that.
As far as I know, I have not been called, and neither has my kin.
Tanya's still doing whatever she's doing, right?
Yeah, she's kind of lurking over the body, being creepy.
Okay, I'm not going to disturb her being creepy.
Vermouth will join Tanya on that because she wants to see too. She wants to see the dead body.
Okay.
And then talk about looking for any wounds that could possibly be used for draining blood because she still thinks that's possible.
Okay. Yeah, she's kind of not talking to you. She's just like hyper focused on this body and examining it.
It's okay. We don't have to be friends.
She's doing a job.
Well, I think perhaps Theo should figure out if he's been chosen for a tournament, because if no one from House Fordain has been selected for the tourney either, and they have selected specifically my husband, I find that a bit suspicious.
I still think we should try to find a way to substitute. For instance, I would gladly take his place.
Euphemia she sits back a little bit. She sits back a little bit and she sort of eyes up Cassius. How would you like to get in a fight with my husband?
Oh, I'll do it.
She wasn't to
Oh, even
ask
better.
you, Rook. I don't enjoy
I mean, both of you could.
harming anyone, but I wouldn't mind a friendly spar.
Would you
Or
be
not
able
so
to
friendly.
do it so he is incapacitated enough where he wouldn't be able to take place in the tourney?
Oh, certainly.
Not to interject, but perhaps it would be a bit subtler if Rook did this, given that Sir Cassius was in your guard, or pretending to be for large parts of this of the last week, I think.
Rook also, if I recall correctly, punched your head off, or at least the other you.
Yes, that is true. Yes.
No offense, Rook. I'm sure you are quite in control of your faculties and your abilities, but
Oh, I see. You're concerned he might overdo it. Got it.
yes.
Won't hurt a husband.
Well, you have to hurt him a little bit.
Well, I'll bruise him. I won't hurt him.
You've seen her husband, right? He's quite massive.
Yes, I know. It'd be a worthy challenge.
No, I'm talking to Cassius. Cassius seems to think that her husband's weak or something.
No, he doesn't. He just thinks Rook is 7-8 feet tall.
And how tall is your husband? He's almost the same height, right?
I would say he's probably, but he's half Goliath, so he would be about the same height.
See, they can at least see eye to eye.
Well, I suppose it would be a lot easier on me if Rook were to do it. Would complicate things. But that would mean that you would have to substitute Rook, wouldn't it?
Substitute for her husband?
In the tournament, yes.
Can I hurt them?
Yes.
Yes.
Then I'm in.
There you have
Again,
it.
Rook's choice for violence. I want to make note of that. You know, just saying.
So I am a bit of a history buff. Would anything in the history books have any sort of instances of like excused absences or other ways of getting out of participating, or just notable events in these tournaments that might give us some idea of what to expect, or any guidance of getting him out of this?
Yeah, give me a history check. Oh, it's pretty low. It's a low, you know.
That's not bad. Did it not go through?
It did not.
It's not.
Oh, there
There it
went.
goes.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
If you find a
Just-
loophole and take this tournament away from me, then you're gonna have a problem.
He's gonna punch the real you this time. With a 22, yeah. Exceptions have been made for somebody who has either had like a broken limb, somebody who has like been sickly, you know, matters of state have stopped them from going to the tourney, like that kind of thing. You know, war breaks out, can't really fight in a tourney, you gotta deal with that. And, you know, there has been a few instances of like, oh, somebody's going into labor, so now I must go there. That kind of thing.
So if
At the mention of labor, you know, Vermouth looks over at Euphemia. It's like, she can't be pregnant again.
How?
Euphemia is going to look at you and like meet your eye and just shake her head no while thinking of her however many children she has.
All 5 of them?
You lost count?
This,
No, Euphemia has like 5 already.
yeah, there's like 5.
Wow.
So, is there a precedent for someone like Rook taking the place of a person they would have assaulted? Is that like common law of the land, that if you incapacitate someone, you take their place? Is that even a thing that would happen?
No, but like a knight could take the place of their master if their master is incapacitated.
Got it.
So he would have to be like top tier, high ranking knight of the De Vesemir household.
Who would that be?
Technically speaking, it would be for it changes, because for the Great Lord, your father-in-law, it would be somebody entirely different, and for your husband, it would be a different person. But generally, they would want the knight of the Great Lord as opposed to the heir.
Okay.
So technically, it would be somebody like, I believe his name is Roderick Lone. Yes, so Roderick Lone, which is your father-in-law's trusted knight.
How do I feel about Roderick?
He's an old guy.
Oh, he's had a long life.
He's had a long life. He's very well trained. He is a lot like Cass in that he never married, doesn't have kids. He like dedicated his life to the
Nobody would miss him.
yeah. He has like a sister that is a part of like the De Vesemir court. Your husband also has technically a knight, but that would be Willow.
And would they allow for a female to fight?
Theoden, would you like inform her of that if that's allowed?
Would I know if that's allowed?
Yeah, you would know that like it's
You're
not uncommon.
22.
Oh, that's true. Yes. Okay. Yeah, it's not. Is it just not common?
It's not common, but they do it.
It's not common, but there's no rules against it. I don't. It doesn't feel like I wouldn't envy the person in that situation unless she were really, really good at fighting. And of course, some of the men don't. She may not get quite so fair a shake. She may get targeted a bit. Some of the men aren't the most open-minded, you might say.
I am aware of Willow's like capabilities, though, right?
Yeah,
She's very slippery.
She's a slippery little guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna nod and I'm gonna look at Rook. So would you like to beat the shit out of my husband then?
Absolutely. I mean, within reason.
He is not going to go down without a fight, though. So
I'd be disappointed if he did.
good luck.
Come on, Rain. We have to go warm up.
I should go with him and help, shouldn't I?
You see, Tenya, and you're going to leave a dead body on my table.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'll pick up the dead body
Were
and
you
walk
able
out.
to discern anything, Tanya?
Yes. He was drained of blood over the course of, it seems like 3 hours. Small increments, which is why his face is still flush, but he's... Do you know if he is a brother or a husband or something?
I'm gonna go find out right now.
That would be best. I would say I would not carry him through the streets.
What do you say, brother or husband?
Well, it seems like some sort of, for lack of a better term, thread magic. A connection, if you will. It seems to have been forged between him and someone else. I'm assuming blood, because that would be the easiest way to do it.
Well, how would we find who holds the other end of the thread?
You would have to find their blood on him, or in him, I suppose. Or them?
What sort of things is this thread magic? What types of effects does this have?
A lot of, mostly the butchers use it for tracking. Iffy, she, they teach us about blood, how it connects a mother to a child, a father to a brother, all these things. This is just for tracking, sometimes finding I suppose finding bastards? I'm not certain. Generally, they use it to enhance magic as well. If you need a spell or something to absolutely and completely work, you can use your blood to make certain that it does.
So this lovely fellow here, then, that someone is bonded to him? Is that what we're saying?
Yes, somebody is bonded to him, and they were used to track that person. Possibly.
Is this something that
Greatest-
can be done without the knowledge of the person?
Yes. They would not know.
Could they still be doing it? Could bringing him back here have led the whoever's responsible back to this place specifically?
Let's see if Tanya would know. I do not think so. You would have to have one end of the string alive, which is why I think they bled him over the course of 3 hours.
What I don't understand. You form the thread while you're bleeding them, or the thread was already formed prior, and that's how they found him, and then they bled him.
I don't know. We bond. Butchers bond together while they bleed each other out. Which sounds strange. It is to find one another. This in particular I do not know because I was not there. So it could be either one.
And are you saying he was alive while being bled? So he was. Is that what you're saying? That he was bled out while still living, not after being dead?
Yes, he had to have been alive, conscious to speak.
So, is there a chance that they were seeking who was ever on the other end of that thread?
Yes.
I'm gonna turn to Rook. Yes, I think it is important if you go and see just who this boy's family is. Just in case.
I'm on my way. And I'll head out the door.
All right. You head out the door. Are you going to just carry him through the streets, or what are you going to take back alleys? What are you doing?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. I'm going to put him back. Is there like a blanket or something?
Yeah.
He was wrapped up in like a blanket, no? Or we had
Yes.
put one on the table before flopping him on there like a fish.
So I'll
Yes.
roll him up in there. Kind of make it look like I'm just carrying a sack of laundry and throw him over my shoulder.
Does someone have a bag of holding?
It's not going to fit through the opening. I mean, I could cut off his arms. That would help.
No one's dismantling him. We can.
I didn't want to. She brought it up.
I'm just providing a. I do not second the motion.
All right. No,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna throw him on my shoulder and like throw my cape over it, my cloak over him, and just try to make it look like a bundle that I'm carrying through town.
Okay. Anyone who's still in here, give me an insight roll. Euphemia, give it to me with advantage.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You know what? Vermouth, also give it to me with advantage. So roll again. Holy shit, Cass.
What the? What? I think that's the first. I think that's my first nat 20. I've never played D&D before,
Well done.
so
Done.
I don't.
Like
I've
that.
never played with a 20-sided dice prior to this.
Nice.
Well,
Yeah, I think that's my first nat 20 of my life.
yay!
And I'm
And
glad
it
to
was
be here.
here
It was here
Um,
with you.
with me. I'm so honored. Theoden with a 7, and Vermouth with a 12. You guys are just kind of focusing on what's in front of you. Cassius, Euphemia, you notice that something is off about Lady Fordain. Tenya mentioned threads, and she kind of started to shuffle a little bit, and you can't really tell. You can't really tell what she's thinking, because she is. It's not within your scope. Like this, you are very aware that she's uncomfortable, and she is thinking, and her mind is working, but you cannot decipher what it is.
Good thing I have detect thoughts.
You want to use it, you can.
Yep.
All right, you use it. Bad dog. You use it, and in her mind, she's just like, I should have told them. I should have told them. They'll know. Why didn't I tell him that I did it? Fuck. Okay. And that's just like what she's thinking. Cassius with a nat 20. I'm gonna gift you some stuff because it's your first nat 20, and honestly, I feel proud of you. With a nat 20. With your first 20, you notice that Lady Fordain, for lack of a better term, her trigger finger's getting itchy. Like, her hand is, like, moving over, like, a dagger that she has on her side. She's, like, glancing to the door. Her eyes are, like, shifting over everyone. And then she looks over at Tenya. And then she looks at the body. And then she looks up at Tenya and then at Euphemia. And she's, like... She's assessing the situation almost as if she's trying to run.
Mm-hmm.
With a nat 20, you see, like, guilt on her face.
Gotcha. Well,
So, Euphemia, Cass, that's what you guys get.
Euphemia is going to once Lady Fordain looks at her, she's going to look Lady Fordain in the eye and say, "Something on your mind, Lady Fordain?"
Yes.
Good. I'll say, if she's like looks like she's like kind of reaching for a dagger or something, then Cass would probably move into a position like a slightly behind her, but not really do much.
Okay. She's not super bright, so that's what she gets. And I'll stick with it. Okay. She... Yes, this, religious war is, getting on my nerves.
Oh, can I inside that?
Yes. Go ahead. If you get another nat 20...
How would you? Yeah, that doesn't make sense that we would like run with that kind of answer. 4.
4. Maybe it is. Like, Maybe she's not just thinking about running out of here, but like out of this country, maybe.
I know, however, that's not what she's thinking about.
No.
I'm going to look at her, kind of to implore her almost. Lady Fordain, if we are to fix this whole situation that we're all in, we do need to be honest with one another.
She's gonna look at Vermouth, and then back at you, and kind of assess that, like, I am caught. I am being honest, as I can be. It is not my secret to tell.
Secret? What secret?
A very long time ago, I was a bookkeeper for the Raylon. They were meticulous, and birth records and everything was kept well documented. I am afraid that I believe I bonded some people to some eggs, and those were lost to time.
So you're saying you think you did this?
I don't know.
Now, how could you not know? You don't. How long ago was this?
15 years ago?
How old does this kid look?
Um,
Didn't we say he was like? I think we said he was like. No, we didn't talk about him.
I think we said he was like 16, 17.
Like, I was thinking that, but then maybe that was somebody else. Was he 16 or 17?
Lady Fordain?
No, the kid.
No, the Archer kid.
The kid, he's like 18. He's like late teens.
Okay.
That is.
And why is this a secret?
Because we are not meant to do it. Those of us who follow Lelia, we do not practice blood magic, but it seemed, necessary.
And
Feels sad.
whose secret is it that you are that you're not able to tell us? Whose secret is it?
I do not know. I was given instructions and I did my job, and that is all.
Convenient.
What does bonding someone with an egg actually entail?
Protection. They would know where the egg is and where it could be. If it hatches, if it doesn't.
And did you bond these eggs with people outside of the Raylon family?
Yes.
Can you tell us who or no?
I do not know. I was not given names.
You were just given their blood then.
Yes.
And these eggs disappeared?
Yes.
Just gonna sort of look to the rest of the party, sort of with a look of like another piece of the puzzle that we need to find its place for.
But you say another piece, but this is the person who asked us to complete the puzzle, or one of them, right? We're doing this in part in service to Lady Fordain and her calls.
Yes, but I don't think that Lady Fordain knew at the time that this was going to be relating back to the Raylons.
Did you? 180?
No. I thought this was as simple as a coup.
A simple coup.
Well, I mean, the king's brother did ask us to look into this matter as well.
How?
So, you don't know... I mean, I don't blame you for keeping secrets and for not knowing everything, because when such things are conducted, no one ever wants to give whoever's putting it together all the pieces, just in case, you know, you change your mind or change of heart or loyalties.
You may not, but
Does-
I do. Our families are putting a lot of trust in this. If there's anything else, should be forthcoming at this point.
I think we all know that our lives are at risk here. And if any of us has information that might help this cause, we should make it known. Because if we are killed before that information can come to light, that information will be snuffed out of existence.
Everyone give me a perception check. All right.
Are we allowed to use our things to reroll, or is that only ahead of time?
No, you can use it whenever you want.
Is that like
As long as
Like an inspiration?
yeah, as long as I haven't told you the result of what's
Okay.
going on.
I just want to reroll my one.
Go
So
for
I'm
it,
also
my
going
guy.
to reroll.
Do it. Do it.
That's
Okay.
better.
It's a lot better.
Oh, well, it's not a one.
It's not a 1. Everyone who got below a 15, you just see eyes shifting like through the room. There's nothing really important about it. Theoden with 16, you see very like obviously that Lady Fordain's eyes land on Vermouth and kind of hold for a little bit and then look away. Vermouth,
Uh-huh.
I will message you what you notice.
Oh, man.
So as you guys
just like looking at her hand right now and not her eyes.
just looking at ass right now.
Looking to see if she's gonna like grab something. So he's not looking at her eyes. That's what.
No. Cass with a 9, you do see that her hand is like let go of like where the dagger at her hip is. So she's kind of calmed down.
I will also relax my stance then.
Okay. I will say, Lady Tanya Linias begins to like escort you out, like get the hell out of my house now, because now she has like blood and stuff to clean up.
Man, I hate when I have to clean up blood after the guests.
They just most inconsiderate guests, honestly.
Absolutely. And it stains sometimes, depending on the fabrics or the wood.
Truly, just
Just awful. Just awful.
So wait, so you said we were asked to leave?
she's just like kind of escorting you out of the like dining hall or
Oh, okay.
yeah.
On the bright side, at least we know they cleaned the table between having dead bodies on it and us eating at it.
Very true.
That is very
Oh.
important.
Oh,
Now,
what? Oh,
if you can, I have a lot to clean up before my father-in-law and my father and my husband come home.
Thank you for having us, Tanya. I truly appreciate it. Be well.
I hope to see you soon so that our children may play.
Yes. Send word if you'd like us to come by. Wouldn't want
course.
to have you leaving here in your condition.
Well, I would hope not. And she like ushers you guys out. Tanya's ever a good host as she hands everybody like a little container. It's like wrapped in silk, and it looks like a little lunch bag. It's just a little lunch bag. She gave you guys some lunch.
super thoughtful.
Thanks.
It's good lunch. She's got a
Good lunch.
crap ton of it. Vermouth, you said you made some questioning noises. Can I clear anything up for you?
I feel like I would have to maybe pull Lady Fordine aside to ask about the pointed look that I noticed.
Okay. All right. Let's start with. You guys are out of the villa.
I think we should all reconvene at our own villas before we get or draw too much suspicion with our absences.
Quite agree.
If you don't mind, I believe I'll also take my leave. Rook, would you like help with that?
I thought I left already.
Look, Rook has already left.
Oh.
Yeah, I missed that whole conversation.
Never mind then. He'll keep standing around,
Sorry.
doing what he does best.
I would have preferred if you would have went with me.
Yeah, no, I thought we stopped you because like you were leaving and then somebody started talking to you. I assumed that meant you stopped to answer. I didn't know you kept going.
No, I stopped to wrap him up and then I took off. So
Gotcha. Yeah, well, Cass would have gone, but oh well.
Cassius, would you want to escort Lady Vesemir back to her villa?
Me?
Yes, you.
Oh, sorry. There was crosstalk. If Lady Vesemir would have me, of course. She is sitting down currently.
What am I having?
Would you like
Cass.
my company escorting you back to your villa?
Oh, of course.
Right.
You are always
then
welcome.
I suppose I will.
Okay. You guys start your journeys back to your villa. Rook,
yes, I'm sorry. Yes.
you were off while they were having that conversation, you went off to. Where did you go? Where did
To
Rook
find
go?
Burke. I want to find Burke. I want to know who this boy is. I want to know what who his family is. I need all the information, and also I am going to rip Burke up and down, left and right, for like sending somebody who got killed. Like if he didn't like me before, he's going to hate me now.
All right. Yeah, you find Burke. He is at his desk. Well, technically he's at your desk doing your paperwork.
All right, let's start this off right. So I'm gonna
Okay.
come in and just grab one side of the desk and like rip it and throw it across the room.
What was that?
What's it? I like will dump the body on his lap.
Oh! He gets up, like,
No.
dropping the...
I will hold him down. Look at it. Look at it. This is the boy
Why?
you sent. I told you to make sure it was somebody who could take care of themselves. Now he's
He
dead.
could. He could.
Explain this to me then.
What do you want me to say? You sent him out, not me.
I wanted someone capable. You gave me a boy.
He's capable.
Who's this boy's family?
Some minor lords.
Minor. Who?
I believe his name was... Let me make sure that I get this
So
right.
while I'm talking to him, I'm leaning like right over him, and you know how Dragonborns can breathe fire? Like would feel the heat.
Oh God. Okay. He goes, Baron, Ty Borda?
Baron Tyborda. Does he have any siblings?
An older brother, I think.
Name.
I
Think
don't know.
hard.
I believe his name was Laka? Something.
Laka?
I
Goodness.
believe so. I don't. Yes. Younger sons usually come to the service.
Minor Lord. Baron Laka. Like, I'm gonna make note of it, but I don't have my pen to write, so somebody make note.
Someone notes for me, please.
Burke, you're gonna see to it that this boy is taken care of. No one is to know what happened to him. He died in an accident.
Okay. You don't
Okay.
have to drop him on my lap.
You're lucky. That's all I did, Burke. Do not fail me again. And I'm gonna turn and storm out.
Burke just like, you hear him scoff as he like places the body down.
Like scoff, like
Like, God, this is ridiculous.
not what I needed in life. Yes. Okay. Good. That's
Yeah.
better.
Where are you storming off to?
I don't know. Right now, I think I need a drink.
Need a drink. You gonna go to the mercenary bar?
That actually sounds like a good idea. Yeah, I'd probably head there.
All right, you head to the mercenary bar. Go in that direction. It starts to get a little seedy. It's not late enough for it to be, too like wild yet. So you get there, open the doors, it's full, it's packed, there's people, there's for lack of a better term, courtesans. What do you do?
So I'm gonna go in and just kind of like look through the bar, and I am honestly probably looking for the one person that I know I could start a fight with.
You want somebody who you can start a fight with? All right.
Yeah.
You see this like big burly kind of meaty dude. He kind of resembles a brick wall, if I'm honest. He's kind of he looks like a half orc, like a very, very tall half orc.
So, what is he in the midst of doing? Does he look like he's having a good time? Does he look like he's being a brute? Like, is he bothering people?
No, he seems like he's in the middle of like a game, like a gambling, like a game of something, and he's like losing, and he's like smacking the table, kind of.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna let him be a dick a little bit longer, and finally, like, put a hand on his shoulder, like, you, outside. We're getting complaints.
Owner of the establishment, or
What?
you the owner of the establishment, or
No, he asked me to come talk to you.
right? You can fuck off then.
That's what I was hoping you were gonna say. I'm like gonna grab him by his, like, the back of his neck and like head him towards the door. Hopefully he'll resist.
He doesn't resist until you hit, like, he hits the door. Like, once you
With his-
pass the door.
All right, so I'm gonna push him out into the street and just kind of like stalk around him.
Yeah, he's not happy about this. He's gonna like crack his knuckles. He's gonna be like, are you looking for a fight, or you just being a dick?
Really? Are you that dense?
Don't think so.
Well then, yes, I'm looking for a fight. Let's spell it out for you. I lost a man today, so you're gonna have to suffer.
Let's see you try. He
Alright.
charges you.
Perfect.
All right. You want to post up to my guy? All right, give me an attack roll.
Unarmed strike.
Yes. Unless you're using.
No, I'm not using a weapon.
All right. With a 16, he was here to drink. He wasn't wearing armor, so yeah, you hit him.
All right, so you want me to roll damage? Well, it's 6 damage. It's just automatic.
Yeah. 6 damage. He takes one like right to the face. It kind of knocks him a little bit. He just like looks back and he goes, a bit stronger than I thought you'd be.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And he's also gonna roll. I wish you could see these numbers. Does a 15 hit your AC?
Oh, I'm wearing armor, but I think he does hit me. No, he doesn't.
Doesn't. He takes a swing, he fucking whiffs. And what do? I'd say you get to attack now.
So as soon as he whiffs, I'm gonna like duck under and just come over the top and hit him in the side of the head.
All right, give me another attack.
14?
14. With a 14, it's gonna hit. He does not have great AC without armor. A 14 hits, another 6, you like knock him on the head again. He kind of loses his balance and he like falls on his back. My guy doesn't like to lose fights, so he's gonna pull that one. Does a 16 hit?
That will hit.
The 16 hits. He's going to like grab you. He's gonna like hook his leg under you and like pull and like hit you in the chest. He only gets one attack right now because didn't realize we'd be posting up.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
I feel like I caused that kid's death, so I have to take it out on someone else.
I understand. Yeah, give me another attack. You're gonna take.
So he hit me, so
Yes,
I
you're
will
gonna
put
take-
advantage on this one.
Okay. You're gonna take 5 damage, so I can add that to you.
Okay.
That's right. That's right. Not dumb.
25.
25 is gonna hit. Absolutely is gonna hit.
So 6 more.
6 more. He is not looking great. I think you guys forget. They're NPCs. They're not very strong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you like nail him again. He cocks his head to the side and you see like his tooth full fall out. He's gonna go try to hit you again because he's got problems too. He goes to hit you again, whiffs because my guy cannot roll to save his life, literally. You want to hit him again?
So did he have does he have some skill, or is he just like a thug?
No, he does have like skills, but you said you wanted a fight.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So he's just like, he's, again, for lack of a better term, he's raw dogging it. So
Okay. So I think honestly, I'm just gonna put him in like a full Nelson and just like yoke him up.
all right. You do that. He's not really gonna fight back. He's kind of fucked up. So you do that. He's kind of out. If you want to give me a strength roll.
Athletics.
Athletics works.
Okay.
I wish we had a brawl ability.
23.
23. Do you want to like how do you want to do this?
So I just want to crush his will. So I'm like folding him down on the ground, like on top of himself, and just putting all my weight down on top of him, and like whispering in his ears, like he didn't have to die, neither do you. Like I'm taking it out on him.
Yeah, no, he knows. I'm gonna roll. Yeah, he pisses himself. Just a little bit. As you like fold him down, he just like kind of lets go. And he lets you do whatever like crushing move you're gonna do, and he just pees himself a little.
So as soon as he is like, I know he's like definitely broken, I will get off of him. I'm actually gonna like toss a coin down on the ground for him and like head back to the Citadel.
Okay. You want to head back to
The villa. Sorry, the villa.
the Fourdain Villa?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You head back to the Fourdain Villa. You know, you had a drink. You had a little bit of a fight. It didn't last too long, but it did get your anger out. So I would say that like maybe an hour passed. Well, only you can tell me if it got your anger out. But only about an hour passed. Let's say maybe an hour and a half, and like that you came in, you had a drink, you looked around, that kind of
To
thing.
be clear, Rook doesn't drink like alcohol, so
Yeah.
he was just looking for a fight.
That's fine.
So he's not going straight back. He's kind of just wandering around, just going over it in his head, trying like he is repeating the name over and over again so he doesn't forget it.
Okay. You repeat it over and over again. I'll say that you repeat it enough to where it like locks into your own mind. And you get to the Fourdain Villa. With that, I'm gonna head over to Theoden. Theoden, what are you doing?
I would probably walk back to our villa. I imagine if Karen was still following me, I'd probably make eye contact and just tell her she can actually like walk with me.
Oh, she's been walking behind you this whole time. Okay. She like strides up and she like does a little jog to get to you. You see that she's wearing like really badly made mittens on her hands.
Oh. Oh, who made your mittens?
I did.
Oh, nice. I like them.
Thank you. Would you like one? And she takes one off. She hands it to you.
It's yours though. I couldn't.
I can make more. I can make more.
Sure. I'll put the mitten on.
Yeah. You're both wearing one mitten.
Yeah, sure. Is it cold or is it a fashion statement?
This is a fashion statement. It's like a little windy. It's like it's cool, you know.
Yeah, we're on the same team. Sure. Yeah, we're doing one mitten together. That's
Yeah.
perfectly fantastic.
She kind of looks around. She goes, "Oh, they didn't let me into the room, and they kept pushing me back. But I kept trying to get in."
Oh, yes, I heard. No, you don't need to. When we're in, so you've been teaching me a lot about the area. When we're in family villas, there's probably not a lot of danger, relatively speaking. Like on the streets, I can see why you would sort of keep an eye on me. In a family's villa, it's kind of like it's like diplomatic immunity. Like there's a whole shitstorm if I were to go into a family's villa and not come out. It would be an ordeal from what I've heard.
Oh.
So who told my father told you to follow me, correct?
Yeah.
Any reason?
Make sure you don't die.
Well, I'm touched by his concern for my life. I was just on a ship without you. I can't take care of myself occasionally, but sure. So did I give her the thing I bought for her yet? I can't remember.
Yes, you
Okay,
did.
Okay, gotcha.
That's how she made the mittens.
Awesome. Yes.
She just, learn anything interesting at all? Or not?
Quite a bit, really. I'm not sure the streets are the best place to divulge it. But yeah, a lot interesting. Anything in particular you're interested in knowing about?
No, just thought you might want to talk about it. I know a lot of court things can get complicated and they can give you headaches, so I just wanted to be there for you, I suppose.
Oh well, yes, I quite appreciate that. We're working sort of. There's a puzzle that we're kind of doing, so it's giving me a headache in some ways, but I don't necessarily have all the pieces yet. I'm also sort of looking forward to the tournament. Have you seen one of those done before? Any idea what's going on with that?
The tournament. Oh, yes, your father said that a letter came for you, but he was going to deal with it.
Oh, okay. Sure. I should probably speak with him, actually. I should probably go and say hello and figure out just sort of touch base with a few things.
I suppose, if you would like, I would give him maybe a few minutes, or at least an hour.
Oh, is he busy?
Yes, more courtesans came around.
Oh, I see. I'm glad he's enjoying himself.
It's what he does when he's here.
Well, it's a stressful time. I guess. So, has anyone seen my dear brother at all recently? Has he turned up?
Well, no, not that I've seen yet. I did hear that they may have pulled his body out of the river not too
Oh.
long ago.
Oh.
Though I'm not quite sure.
Okay. Okay.
Would pardon me for saying, would you like me to make sure that the body goes back in the river, or is it okay that they pulled it out?
No, the body can be wherever it wants. I just, we haven't seen him in a few days, and so I wanted to make sure I knew where we were with everything.
Right. Well, so far, your brother's mistress hasn't been seen. His daughter has been in the care of a lot of hearth mothers. Your father has locked himself in his rooms, and your mother is getting antsy.
Understandable. It's a trying time for everyone. But that is good to know. Obviously, my father's not completely without company, which I guess is good for him. So that's good to know. Yes, I guess would you I'll have to wait here. Perhaps you can show me some of the things that you've been learning aside from mittens. You know, while we wait.
Like places in the city?
I mean, like your knitting or crocheting, whatever my character would know. I don't, but your crafts.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
You may come to my rooms, though that may seem inappropriate. What is the proper protocol for this? Whatever. Come to my rooms.
Sure. Yes.
I have embroideries and knitting, and I have made a few laces, and I think I've made a nice embroidery that you can put on one of your shirts.
Oh, that would be lovely.
And she like pulls you along and like into the other it's not a very big room, but it's a nice room. She like shows off her little crafts that she's been doing.
Awesome. Does it seem like she's getting better? Does it seem like, I mean, obviously everyone's always going to be bad when they first start out. Does it seem like there's some improvement? There's some promise there?
Yeah, like at first it looked like garbage. It looked like she had been like undoing and redoing the same ball of yarn. So like it's kind of mushed up. And then as it went on, it seems like the stitching is like neater and nicer. Like she can make one hell of a scarf.
Nice.
But right now that's about her limit.
This is lovely. You're definitely coming along here. This is fantastic.
Thank you. I made you this one, and it's like a nice scarf.
Oh, that's so kind. Thank you. I'll take the scarf. I'll put it around. I mean, we're just in our villa, right? I'll put it around. Yeah. Does it match my getup? Is it something I could wear about?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's like she matched the colors. She like has little dyeing kit.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah, she starts to show off all her stuff. Is there anything else you want to do, or you just want to sit here and like?
I mean, probably at some point I would probably excuse myself and go back to my room to contemplate things. But really, as far as the story goes, the next impactful thing, unless Aletta does come and hit me in the face, would be to talk to my dear father, and figure a few things out.
Yeah. You and Khan can sit for a little bit, conversing. Cassius and Euphemia, what are you guys doing?
We're walking.
So,
How are you?
I suppose I'm rather tired, actually.
You're free to take a nap at the villa if you'd wish. We do have several open rooms.
Perhaps I should. Yes, I don't want to be lacking in my abilities and faculties. I'm more concerned about you, actually.
Why's that?
Well, I couldn't help but notice that you seem to, I forgot her name. No, that lady we just talked to.
Tanya.
Tenya, thank you. You seem to know Tenya very well. Is everything all right?
Yes. I think it's getting better. Tenya and I have a history together. She was one of my dearest friends in my youth. And sometimes, for one reason or another, friendships tend to fall apart. And our husbands have a very strained relationship with each other due to events of the past. So we are attempting to make amends.
Oh, that's good then.
I think so. She is an invaluable asset and ally, and a good person.
It's something that I'm trying to learn more about. Allies and such. Things were always far more simple for me. Just in the guard, as a soldier, you were told what to do and you do it. Didn't matter who you knew or what your personality was, really, or anything. It was just about the job and getting it done. I suppose that's why it's been very difficult for me to make any friends, I suppose.
Well, I think you're quite personable. She's gonna sort of lean in close to Cass, like she's telling him a secret. To be honest, you are my favorite of the group, so...
He laughs and probably blushes a little. Well, this certainly has been an experience, and for what it's worth, I very much like your company.
Well, I'm glad. It's likely that we will be seeing a lot of each other for the foreseeable future, at least. And I am sorry that you've been sort of dragged into all of this, into our country's affairs. It's not fair to you, but I am glad to have you with us.
Yes, I admit that I don't know as much about history as I should. I know I made a remark before about reading, and I do some. I'm fortunate enough to have been taught, but history outside of warfare and strategy was never a particular interest of mine. I was raised on a farm, and the majority of what I read was for farming. And then some of my studies in the Guard.
Well, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I am fairly well versed in most subjects. I spent a lot of time in my youth reading. Books were much easier to face than people most of the time. History was one of my favorites to study, though. I think it's invaluable to study history so that one does not repeat the mistakes of the past.
Indeed. On the topic of questions, I'm sorry, I didn't really understand what Tenya was, or what Lady Fordain was speaking about before. It seemed to go all over my head.
In regards to the eggs?
Yes.
the Raylon family. They are dragonborns. As dragonborns, their means of reproducing is laying eggs. And from what I understand from them, they would have eggs bonded with various members of the Raylon family so that the eggs would be under their care until they are hatched. So the fact that someone had given Lady Fordain instructions to bond a select few of eggs with someone outside of the Raylon family, and then those eggs have seemingly gone missing, is troublesome.
Yes. Thank you for explaining that.
And of course, from what we learned from, well, what you and Rook learned from Edwell, from her mumblings after ingesting that tea, the Raylons seem to have a bigger part in this than we had thought they had. They are a family that was once held in high regard. However, in recent years, due to a war in the past, they've fallen quite far from grace.
What do you think they have to do with the religious cleansing? Were the Raylons connected to my notes? Okay. Were the Raylons known to be connected to knowledge or any other specific deity or church?
Would you, Femia, know that?
I mean, seeing as they're not very well known anymore, she would know that it doesn't seem like it. Likely thing would be like, let me see, your intelligence is high, so probably the gods of like nature and stuff.
We do know that they had a semi-close relationship with the Linnaeus family, so, right?
Yes.
If I were to ascertain to which deities the Raylon worshipped, it would be more closer to nature deities. They are, in recent times, fairly close with the Linnaeus family, and as you saw from their villa, they are very Druidic-based.
I wonder how they're faring, given the whole cleansing. Should have asked. Oh well.
I'm sure this will not be the last time we see Tanya.
What do you plan to do next?
Well, I am hoping that Rook incapacitates my husband enough so that he will not have to take part in the tourney. This has been something that has been weighing on me all day. Very nervous for him. And
Let's
then
see to it
we
somehow.
shall see. I hope so. He seems very capable. I hope at least. He is young.
Rook?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. We'll make sure it works out in the end. I'm confident of that. If not Rook, then I will do it. You have my word.
I appreciate that. The fuck are you? What are you rolling? What are you rolling over there?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. Keep going.
I'm gonna sort of look over my shoulder. You know, Willow, you don't have to follow so far behind.
Oh, Willow's got her like her cloak up. What?
Oh, you. You're back.
I was always here.
She's been following us since we left the villa.
And what exactly is your relationship? I know that you have one, but I seem to have missed that.
She's under the employ of my family.
Where did you find her?
Probably in the trash somewhere. You could tell that's a joke.
Underneath.
Can he tell? Let's
You want to
roll.
roll? Sure.
Should Euphemia roll a performance check to see if like her joke comes across?
Yes.
What do I roll? Insight?
Give me. Yeah, give me insight.
19 performance.
You have to roll above a 19 to miss that. I feel like is the only reasonable.
Okay, so I know she's joking.
You know she's joking. That was a really good performance check, to be honest. That was a 19.
She's
Euphemia has high charisma.
it was funny. He actually like laughs out loud. He's like, "Pa!"
You see Willow visibly recoil and go, "Heaven be, that was unattractive."
I mean, what family do you come from, if you know?
They're not wrong. I came from minor family near the Farmole region. Sorry, it was just that was such a pardon. She's trying not to laugh as she's answering you. I come from the Farmole region. The Dredge.
I'm not familiar with it. Is it a nice place?
A lot of beaches.
Many beaches.
Castle by the beach. So that was
All
nice.
of the beaches, actually.
No beaches?
No beaches?
No beaches. Have you never seen a beach?
I have actually. My country is actually known for its a fishing.
Well, one would think you would have seen a beach. Or know
Yes.
what it is.
Been to a few beaches.
Been on a few
Well,
beaches.
I've seen a few
Um,
beaches.
few beaches here and there.
Never had a beach of my own though.
Blessings. You know what? My family owns quite a few beaches, so
Maybe you go to Willow's Beach.
yeah.
Maybe that
Really?
could become your beach together.
I don't know about that.
Blessings to Ramira, I would hope. It would be a nicer proposal to that.
I'm sorry. Is there am I missing something? Is there a joke going on? Have I?
Oh no, darling, don't worry about it.
Oh,
She is Euphemia, she's like just scowling at you. She's like angry. She's like, dude, shut up.
I'm going to sort of turn to Willow and just give her a little boop on the nose.
She kind of shakes it off and lets.
So, Cassius, are you single?
You're-
yes. I mean, I'm unattached.
Is that part of your duties as a knight? I know some
Oh, no,
maintain
no.
chastity.
No, not at all. Just rather that I've been so dedicated to my work, time just slipped by.
And are you looking to be attached?
Yes, I think so.
Hmm.
No, I don't think so. And he suddenly gets very serious. In fact, part of my being here is my trying to determine my next step in life, actually. This is a very good opportunity for my career, but it would continue to take me away from home. And my home is something that is at stake right now.
Do you need money?
Money, not exactly. Well, everybody needs money. It's more that, well, my sister has recently been married, and that leaves no one else at home but my mother and father, both of which are getting quite elderly. And, well, you see, we have a farm, and farms in Kuthia are hard to come by if there is no one to adequately use the land. I expect it will be wrested from us.
Ah, workers then.
Workers, someone, a steward of the land, of anything. And that really is the question. Do I return home and be a master of the house, or do I continue my career in the military? I can't decide. Truly, the military is my passion and always has been. I'm a knight. It's what I've known and loved my whole life. I'm not a farmer. But to see that land and my family's fortune go to nothing, I would blame myself forever. I don't know. Perhaps the right thing to do is just to find a wife, go home, have a family, tend the land and do what makes most sense.
Well, what makes most sense isn't always what brings us the most happiness.
And my life isn't about being happy, is it?
It could be. I mean, happiness is sort of what we make of it, no?
I suppose so. But I find happiness in Rhaenyra. And I believe I will find happiness in a family. I would like that.
Would you like some reprieve then? I have a dowry I have no use for.
I'm sorry?
I have a dowry I have no use for.
Oh, there's always a use for a dowry.
Not.
I mean, we
she's
can
gonna-
make use of it. Euphemia's gonna sort of cut Willow off and be like, we could make use of it if you want. You said you wanted a family, no?
But are you
Then-
are you proposing that to her?
I think she's quite lovely. A little rough around the edges, but if you're going to have a farm...
But she is. Of course, she's lovely. But I don't even know her.
Should I leave you two alone then? To get to know each other?
She stole my sword.
I think that was quite a remarkable feat, don't you? Wouldn't you want someone who's your equal? Or do you want things to be boring?
Well, I'm not exactly sure that a wife should be gallivanting around stealing knights' swords.
Do I not get a say?
Sure, go ahead.
I meant to offer you my dowry, seeing as I'm likely not to marry anyone, and my retirement, sadly, is very far away.
Can you even offer a dowry? I don't think you can do that.
When you make your own dowry, yes.
Oh, quite the career woman.
Yes, I'm very rich. She's gonna look to you, Femi, for like confirmation.
We pay her quite well.
I don't wish for money. I wish to find someone I love. It's as simple as that.
Well, in order to find someone you love, you need to get to know people. You need to put yourself out there.
Well, perhaps when we are finished, just figuring out how to stop a coup, then perhaps I will find some time. But there's work to be done.
Euphemia is going to sort of just like walk ahead of you two. There's a smug smile on her face now that she's sufficiently meddled in both of your lives.
Just take the dowry. She's not gonna stop until something happens.
Well, I truly don't want it, but thank you.
Well, you're gonna take it because I don't want her meddling around, because I want to go away and I want to have a farm and I want to have kids and I don't want to be here anymore and I don't want her meddling in my business anymore. So please take the dowry so that I can live a normal life until I'm done with service.
Why are you in service and being paid to what? Why don't you leave now?
Go to what?
Well, go anywhere. You have the money.
Because I don't want to.
Well, look, Willow. I don't even know your last name. But what I can offer you is an evening of my time and yours, if you would have me. However, I truly do have very important things to deal with, and that isn't a slight on you. Just that, well, I couldn't bear to take anything from you. Not like that.
I would assume we are at least friends, yes? We have working for the same cause, so a bit of wealth is nothing to me. And my last name is Tafamai.
Gesundheit.
No, that's very funny.
I have a sense of humor.
Dry as it may be.
I prefer to think of it as esteemed and subtle.
We can work on the title for it later. But sure, dinner.
As things are evolving in front of him, though he's really said nothing. He's just like, all right. I'll come to you if you tell me where you can be located.
I live at the villa, though I do have a house just south of there. An estate.
But that's very lovely. But where will you be located?
What?
Where can I find you?
The Vesemir Villa. You should left wing, third room. Just ask for me. They will take you.
I will not be going to your room, but I will ask for you.
Great.
Are we there yet?
Yes, you're
sweating.
absolutely
He's there.
He's sweating, like he's like dripping.
Yes,
He's
you're
a poor
there.
man. Let him leave.
As they walk into the Vesemir Villa, Euphemia is going to direct one of the maids to take Cassius to like a guest room so that Cassius may rest.
Oh yeah, he's really tired.
And then she's sort of just going to like wave her fingers to Willow and be like, "You're welcome." And then she's going to head off into her quarter.
She'll flip you off. Just
I'm gonna.
at that point.
Cassie's gonna first off, for the sake of myself and the audience, is there a bathing vessel in there? Is there a tub?
Bathtub? Oh yeah.
Okay. Then yes, to be illustrative, he removes his armor and his clothes, which he's been wearing for a few days now, and hangs it up to air out outside, and his glistening body climbs into the bathtub to get that good see.
I like this. I like whatever's happening here. Full Geralt moment, yes. Love it. With that, we're gonna take a break, and then we're gonna talk to Vermouth, and we're gonna see what's going on there. So stick around. We'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Come back. See the dog in the back.
He needs to go out, but I didn't want to go on a whole walk, so he's just gonna have to hold it a little longer.
Hi, we're back. Welcome back. Lady Euphemia is gone for now. Don't worry about that. But maybe it's
Did my mic pick that up? Because, like, my window just shook from the wind. Apparently,
No.
it got windy as fuck down here. Okay, fun.
I
Yikes.
did not pick it up. You safe, Feared? You
I
alright?
think so. My house is made out of bricks. I'm fine, right?
To be honest, I'm not
Ruthless
If she flies away midstream, we're just pressing on, right? As though
No, we're
nothing's
just
happened.
going.
Got it.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be here next week anyway, so.
Yeah, it's fine.
perfect.
That'd be wild
Um,
if she blew away and then she wasn't here next week and we let everyone believe that she was like gone.
Could you have an
That's a
FX person who
Oz
could make that
sound.
happen? Just like have her image just like tornado away at the end.
Alas, I am not that skilled.
I wish I was. Oh, we're back. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for still watching. We've had a conversation with everyone, but now we're gonna have a conversation with our dear friend Vermouth. What's Vermouth doing? You guys leave the villa?
So I would follow behind, next to, walk along with Lady Fordain back to our villa. And I would follow her to whatever room she decides to kind of hide herself in, and I would just follow her quietly and sit down in one of the chairs on a table, whatever, and just kind of stare at her expectantly as if, you know, she needs to talk to me and she knows she needs to talk to me. Unless I have to
She-
prompt her, but you know.
Yeah. Lady Fordain is gonna go to her office. She's gonna open up a ledger, and she's gonna start doing work. She's not gonna say anything. She's just gonna let you sit there.
Okay. So, you know, Vermouth is sitting there, just completely staring her down, and after maybe about a 5-beat count, she's gonna ask, so nothing? Absolutely nothing?
What do you mean?
I saw that look. That look that you gave Lady Tenya and Lady Euphemia.
I looked at a lot of people.
It was more of that pointed, looking at their children type of look.
What?
You were looking at Lady Tenya's very round and pregnant belly, and then looking at Lady Euphemia.
Yes.
Any particular reason?
It was obvious. An
Not to
obvious
me, it
thing.
wasn't.
What do you want from me, Vermouth? Oftentimes I cannot get you on a topic of importance. But now you want to talk about this. Why?
First, you enlist members of different families, among others, to search down, I don't know, some sort of lead or wild goose chase about an illegitimate heir or hidden heir or unknown heir. You keep the fact that you did blood ties. I mean, those things seem kind of important. And also, apparently they're very connected.
I did not know they were connected. I just did my job.
Do you think there's anything else about your job that you can remember that could be possibly relevant to these missing eggs?
No.
Okay. I feel like you have all of us in the dark, and you're waiting for us to, I don't know, risk ourselves to help you find or absolve you or ease your conscience about whatever it was that you've done in the past.
I accidentally. I purposefully tied people to X. They. The X became lost. I have no guilt about it. I did not realize it was connected. And I need you to find the woman. I needed you to find the woman because she was possibly our only tie to illegitimizing the curator. So that maybe the Velgares would get rid of him.
Okay, I understand. I see your point, your line of thinking. I just worry that the curator has the Velgatis more wrapped around his finger than we assumed, or that we initially thought.
I am starting to worry the same.
So what other leads can you remember that could possibly help us with this? I mean, you've heard about that old lady that, oh, what was her name? Edna? Amy? The older dwarf lady. Her mind is
Yes.
complete.
No, she's just agreeing. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah. It doesn't matter. It was information that nobody cares, even though I remember it's E12, but we're not saying it. Her mind is completely shredded, and I mean, to the point, Lady Euphemia, she tried to unravel it and piece it back together, but that type of damage, yeah, I mean, just trying to unravel it was causing the woman pain and breaking her even worse. There can't be that many mages who are known or as skilled with memory manipulation like that. I'm pretty sure a lot of that was banned by many of the wizards guilds, just along with most necromantic practices.
Yes.
So what if we use that as a lead, as a string, to sort of pull and tug and see if we can find where it leads to?
You want to find necromancers?
Well, maybe one necromancer to help us talk to the dead boy. I honestly think his knowledge, or at least his last few moments, would be helpful.
We could.
It's worth a shot. I mean, gosh, 100, maybe 150 years ago, it would have been so easy to find somebody to talk to the dead. Now it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack among a lot of haystacks. Nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to let other people know that they can do it.
Well, we We can try to find them. But I do not know where to begin.
Well, I did send Lila and Hannah to find some old acquaintances of mine, see if they're still alive, who might know how, or at least know somebody who knows how.
Is that why they brought back that woman who smells like incense?
They found somebody. Oh, I wonder which one. Oh, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. We should go talk to her right away.
I have work to do.
Oh, then I guess I'll go talk to her by myself,
You can.
I guess.
I believe Rook is back.
Oh, I hope he has the body with him. That'd be helpful too. Also, did you notice how I don't want to say bloodthirsty, but almost kind of bloodthirsty he was? And not to
Yes.
mention about Cass, offering up to fight Euphemia's husband.
Do you think there is something else going on there?
I suspected it, but I didn't want to say it in case I was reading too much into their interactions, but I think so.
Like, maybe Lady Euphemia is known to have, like, to loved her husband, but, like, it's weird.
It is. It is. He seems very, I don't want to say obsessed, but possibly obsessed with her. Like,
Yes,
completely in her thrall.
It is like any other woman he comes across, he is terrified of. And then Euphemia, he falls to his knees. I'm not saying
Oh,
that's
yes.
a bad
Oh.
thing.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I mean, I even brought along Lola and Hannah with me when we were going over to to Lady Vesemir's villa the other day, and Lola was just chatting up with the young Lord Deverett, and I need to ask her what the details were about that, because they seem to have gotten along, but he didn't even look twice at Hannah. And I was hurt because Hannah is so beautiful back among the tribes. I mean, she is very sought after.
Truly a beauty. I don't. Perhaps he likes married women.
That's odd. That doesn't seem very knightly, and he's always constantly going on about how he values his knightship and that his knightship is everything to him.
Well, it is not his knightship that is, guiding his
Leading him.
mind.
Oh my. I just love it. I will have to keep you abridged of all of the going-ons and interactions between the two that I witness.
I would appreciate it. Truly, if there is scandal, I'm not going to say anything, but...
And who
it's
knows? I
possible.
mean, Lady Vesemir's sixth child may not be a Vesemir.
He may come out blonde.
Anyways, all right. I'll leave you back to your boring paperwork while I go chat with an old friend. And with that, Vermouth comes along to the other side of the desk and gives Lady Fordain a hug and a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah, she will just like pat you on the ass as you move out of the room.
Of course.
All right. Rook, what are you doing?
I was heading back to the villa. I'm just kind of gonna relax and see if, just cool down, relax. I want to find out if, casually find out if Burke taking care of Archer, making sure that he gets his, body taken care of. I will probably report back to Lady Fordain to assume my post. And I do want to send out feelers. Like, I want to find out about these tournaments.
Okay.
Like how.
Go Go ahead.
people die by accident in them, and is it okay?
Okay. For sure. So I'd say you can put like send out feelers. You can make sure that like people, you know what's going to happen during those tournaments. Obviously, they're going to set up for them,
Mhm.
so it's not going to be like a hidden thing. I would say that as soon as you go to like see Burke, he has like the body laid out in like a very cold room, and he's kind of like he has like a white cloth over him, and he's like digging something out of his like mouth.
What's that?
Are you gonna make your presence known, or are you just gonna watch him from afar?
I'm gonna watch him for a minute. Actually, I'm gonna watch him for a minute and see what he's doing. But I'm like, what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah, Burke, he starts to like he like pats down the body, he makes sure that everything's okay, he sets it up, he covers it with a sheet, and then he like pries his mouth open. He like double takes as he does it, and he starts to like pull something out of it. And as he does, he just kind of holds it up to like a torch that's in there, and he just keeps pulling. Like whatever it is he just pulled out, it just keeps coming.
Like a tapeworm?
No, it looks like a bright red like yarn string.
Oh wait, I wasn't there for that. Okay, so I will make my presence known. This, what is that?
Oh, so, don't know. I just
Like, I'll
pulled
go-
it out of his mouth.
I'll go and like pick up a piece of it, like hold it in my hand, like look at it, try to figure out what it is.
Yeah. Sure. Give me an investigation. Let's see what you got. I see you can give me history or insight.
I'll do insight.
All right.
Okay.
Fair enough. 15. With a 15, you kind of know inherently that this was placed after his death, probably. At least that I would say that you definitely know that that's what happened. It doesn't seem like there's any struggle getting it out. You were watching from afar, so you would notice that it like traveled from like his stomach up and out, and it just like kept going. It is just yarn. Like you're looking at it every which way. It's just yarn. But at one end, Burke is holding like a coin.
Look at the coin.
You look at the coin, and it is like a silver coin with like a lavender stamped into it.
Does that that sounds like it should mean something to me?
It should.
I recognize it as one of the house symbols, isn't it?
Yes.
Isn't that like- Wait, go ahead.
Yeah, and Burke is like holding it, he's like looking at it back and forth, and he's like trying to remember what it is. And as you're holding the string, he kind of like hands it to you.
Like I'll hold it up to the light. I'm not gonna like immediately say I recognize what it is. I'm like, this is gonna take further investigation. I'm gonna pocket the coin.
Okay. You pocket the coin. Do you want to give me a perception as you're looking at the coin?
I was too worried about him looking at the coin, so I was like, yeah, in my pocket.
You want to try that again, or are you good?
Now I'll take the hit loss and I'll look at it again later. Like I'm trying to get it out of his before he recognizes what it is.
Okay. yeah, he doesn't seem to recognize it. He just kind of handed it over. He lets you have it, and he just, yeah, yeah.
The yarn, I'll bundle up the yarn and hand it to one of our casters to see if they recognize it, because I missed the whole conversation, so this is just new to me. Burke,
Go ahead.
no one is to know about this.
I assumed as much.
No one outside the house, and only those you trust within.
Got it.
Something larger is going on, and I don't know what it is yet. We need to be on our point.
Understood.
Give him like a reassuring pat on the shoulder. This guy's gonna have an emotional roller coaster with me.
This guy doesn't know what is happening. Sometimes you're nice, sometimes you're evil. He just, at this point, he's just letting it happen.
Good.
Yeah, I'd say he'll just let you take it. He'll start covering the body. He has like a little piece of paper that he's like checking off. And he starts to do some ritual stuff that I would assume you don't stick around for.
I'm gonna glance at the paper and see what he's checking off. I'm assuming like list of like personal effects or something.
Yeah, it's a list of like personal effects, rituals that he has to do because the boy was part of a religion, so he's just like making sure that he's respecting all the boy's wishes.
What religion?
Would give me an honest opinion. Would Rook know house symbols like perfectly, or like godly symbols perfectly?
No.
No. Okay.
Nah, he'll know a few, very few, and most of them probably center around battle. He would know. There was one that, oh, never mind. I don't remember it, but I know he had picked out one that he kind of like every now and then gives like a quick prayer or two.
Yeah.
But
okay. Then I would say then he would just see the symbol like stamped into the side of like a feather with a blue string tied around it.
doesn't ring a bell, so.
Yeah. That's all he would see. So it's just there's no like actual writing, it's just like a stamp that they put on. It's a form.
He drew he drew it out instead. Okay. All right, so I'll leave him to it, and then I guess I will go see Lady Fordain. But I'm not really going to like see her. I'm just going to be around her presence as if I'm watching over her.
Okay. You watch over her. She kind of you hear her talking inside with Vermouth, and Vermouth walks out as you're standing there.
I'll just kind of look at her and like give her a nod.
Did you need something?
No, I'm supposed to be here.
Oh, that body of that boy.
It's been dealt with.
What do you mean dealt with?
It's being prepared for burial.
No. It's hard. It's more
All of
awkward
you
to
told
dig
me
up
to
the body.
get rid of it.
That was Lady Tanya. She didn't want the body in her house, which I get it. Like, can you keep the body somewhere for holding just a tad bit longer? I'm gonna go speak with a friend, and maybe we could use that body for answers.
I don't like the whole idea of using his body.
Well, if we use the body to find the answers, we can use the body to find who killed him.
Fine.
And wouldn't that be better for you?
Your mocking tone is not going to win you any favor, Vermouth.
I really don't care. I don't want your favor. I just want you to do what I say.
Like, he will turn around, stop, and is like, you do it.
No, because I don't know where the body is, and I need to go talk to the possible necromancer. So, bye-bye.
Go talk to your necromancers. I don't answer to you.
And then you don't get to figure out who killed him.
I'll figure it out on my own.
All right, good luck with that. So Vermouth will actually just, ignore him and go find her possible friend.
All right. Yeah, you head downstairs. You see Lola, and she's like waiting at a door, and she's like bringing in like food and drinks, and she's just like has just a bunch of stuff on a tray. As she opens the door, you hear a woman like laughing, and she seems to be having a jolly old time.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna assume that's probably where I need to go and just follow Lola, right after Lola into that room.
Yeah. You follow Lola into that room. And you see a woman. She is draped in every like piece of fabric that you can think of. There's some that's like she's just a splatter of color. Her hair is up. She's got like very heavy makeup on. She smells like incense, and she jingles with all the like bracelets and necklaces that she's wearing.
Human woman?
Yeah, I'd say she's like human.
Okay. Vermouth, kind of walks in and takes a look at the woman and turns her head, trying to figure out what would this woman look like if she was younger? And is that her natural color hair?
Give me from what would a is their natural hair color roll look like? Not really something I thought about when I made this. Let's do insight.
Okay.
Like,
Because I have
don't know
so
what
much of
natural-
it, I'm just going to throw in an inspiration too.
All right, go for it. This is literally the same thing. That was 2 14s for an 18. No, this is not her natural color. She's like a natural like redhead probably.
Okay.
And yeah, I'd say you would know her. She still has the same like soft features and like happy tone to her. She's just a little older.
Okay. So Vermouth sits down in a chair kind of maybe across from her or, catty corner from her, not directly next to her. And she'll lean forward and take a look looking into her eyes. Says, Violet, is that you?
Yes, darling. How are you?
Oh my goodness, it has been, I don't even know how long, but it's so nice to see that you're still alive.
Not the compliment I was expecting, if I'm honest, but okay.
It's
yes,
honest, at
I'm
least.
alive. I'm alive, hopefully for a few years more. I was dragged here, and I don't know why, but I wasn't gonna stop an invitation from a lady. So,
Yes. Well, since last time that we met, I am now. Get this. I am the official mistress of Lady Fordain.
oh, that's wonderful.
Right?
Well done.
She's so sweet. She's so
Honestly-
lovely.
Next best thing would be wife, but I'm sure she's never going to offer you that.
Anyways, Anyways, Lola, do you mind giving us the room so we could talk?
Lola sets down the tray and walks out.
Thank you so much. Oh, by the way, could you make sure, that thing I had asked Rook to do, if he doesn't do it, can you make sure that it gets done just in case, he doesn't follow instructions?
Yes, certainly.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Great.
Um, Violet, bye. Do you happen to know somebody who's able to seek answers beyond the grave?
Darling, that's necromancy.
I know. I didn't want to say the words, but do you?
Well, I used to be one of those.
And I would hate for you to come out of retirement for a noble cause to help,
Noble
the
cause.
lady.
I don't.
Well, it's to avenge a young man's death.
Darling, I don't live on avenging young men's deaths.
No, but getting the information needed would also bring riches and rewards to those who can help.
Well, then now you're speaking my language. I don't fuss with niceties and words, you know this.
I know, it's just something I had to learn to say because, a lot of nobles, they had this whole doublespeak thing, and it's just kind of tiring, and it's just, once I get into it, I can't get myself out of it as easily.
It's frustrating,
It's tiring.
to say the least, yes.
And confusing. Oh my gosh.
Sadly, all the necromancers that I know are dead, arrested, or currently being drowned. So,
That is an issue.
maybe a
But
little problem.
just a little bit. But you said you've done it once or twice?
I did. Before it
Wanna
was
do it one more time?
outlawed.
Well, I mean,
Hence the drownings.
yeah, the drownings are a problem. And I doubt either of us know water breathing. That little cantrip.
No, I never could figure that one out.
Yeah. It's. I know a druid who could probably do that for you. Get you a little enchantment going on. Maybe a ring.
We could see. How long ago did this boy die?
Oh my goodness. This morning, possibly? Or late last night? Within at least a good 72 hours.
Okay. 270 hours is not that long.
And we
Sure.
just need to ask, one question. Who killed him? That's it. And we would be done if he's cooperative, which hopefully he should be, within like 5 minutes.
I can do it for a very steep price.
How steep?
10,000. And I'm doing it at cost now.
Of course you are. I can see if that is doable. Would it take you long to gather your necessary materials and be ready, say, in about an hour, maybe 2?
Yeah. Do you have a kitchen?
I believe there is one somewhere around here.
Do you
I'm sure
have
there
any
is. There's-
tools you're willing to part with?
What kind of tools?
Jewels, necklaces,
Oh.
rubies, sapphires, diamonds.
Absolutely. She takes a look at her fingers and just plucks one of the random rings that she has. Here you go.
She takes it and she goes, a little more than this.
Well, how much more?
A necklace worth of these?
I can see what I have. All right, I shall be right back.
Okay. She
Yeah.
will sit there waiting.
Okay.
Starts yelling at Hannah, or like ordering Hannah around.
Oh fuck! I forgot Hannah was still in the room.
No, Hannah comes in afterward.
Oh, okay, perfect, great.
Yeah.
Then she's gonna go back to Lady Fordain, let her know what just happened, and also kind of think what kind of jewelry she's collected over the years that would be suitable enough for Violet.
All right. Yeah, you have a lot of jewelry just that Lady Fordain has got you. It's not too hard to find something.
Okay.
So you're asking Lady Fordain for like the money?
Yeah. The 10,000
Uh,
gold.
she'll give it to you. It's not that hard for her to get. It's
Okay.
a pain in the ass, but she'll get it.
Okay. All right. So then we just need the boy's body, and we can perform the ceremony in less than an hour, like roughly an hour. Would you
Roughly
want
an
to be there for that,
hour. Who are you asking, Lady Fordain?
Lady Fordain?
No.
Okay. I mean, you don't need to be, but I just thought if you had any questions, or do you have any questions that you want me to pass along or ask along?
Is he going to stain my floors?
No. Shouldn't. No, because he's already been bled.
So then, no.
Okay. Well, I'm off to go talk to a dead man.
Fury, give me a perception check.
Cool.
Okay. The 15, she's not hiding it well, and she doesn't think to hide it well. And you see that under her pen is a note that starts Lord Rajat, and then some scribbles, and then
Her
it
penmanship is
says-
awful.
horrible penmanship. And right at the end it says it's been hidden. And then she signs it. And it seems like you stopped her mid like wax seal.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
that's all you get.
All right. So then after making sure that the money is secured for Violet, Vermouth will go back to her own private quarter to grab, a necklace or something that, um, that would appease or satisfy Violet's need.
Yeah, you have this like enormous like diamond necklace. Probably worth about as much as you're paying her.
Okay. Probably should have asked for specifics of why she needed the gems.
Nobody asks.
Nobody asked. These questions always come back later. It doesn't matter. It's fine.
Fine, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah. So what do you do?
Start
No.
getting things ready and hope the body's still okay to be used. Which
Okay.
I had asked Lila to double check if Rook did it or not.
Rook, this beautiful young woman runs up to you as you're standing at Lady Fordain's door. What did Vermouth tell you to do?
She doesn't tell me to do anything.
No, but she orders like she has power.
Yeah, I know. She
What
doesn't.
did she say to do?
Something about making sure the boy's body wasn't like was preserved.
Oh, okay. That can be done. That can be done.
Okay,
Great. Okay. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Don't go to the basement. We're going to be doing something, I think.
In the basement?
Well, where's the body?
It's not in the basement. I don't think I left it in the basement.
No, it was like in a cellar.
Oh, it was in the cellar? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I will go to the basement. Got it.
Great. Well, good talk. And she like scurries down the stairs.
I have to go find out what's going on now.
Vermouth said go do the thing I told Rook to do without explaining what she told Rook to do. So
That's
she
typical
had to
Vermouth.
she had to go find out what Vermouth asked Rook to do. Yeah. She kind of scurries down. Does whatever she's gonna do. Vermouth, you get downstairs.
Okay. Did I bring Violet with me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So downstairs with Violet, towards the cellar. I'm assuming we're going towards the cellar.
Yes.
Great. Let's see. Let's see where this body is again.
Yeah, you see the cellar. It is like a circular cellar room. On either side is like barrels stacked up. Likely of wine, but hard to say. And laying on a table, a wooden table, kind of not propped up, but definitely leaned, is the boy's body, or Thomas. Thomas's body, and he has been like covered in a sheet. Things have already started, like there's already runes on the sheet. There's already a process going on.
Okay. I think we just need the head for this. Violet, can you remind me exactly what we need to do and what I'm able to do? Or how many questions we can ask?
Right. You can ask 5 questions. It only knows what it knew when it was alive, and usually answers can be like brief, cryptic, repetitive. That's why I don't like to talk to corpses, but that's your choice. And they can lie to you. They can be hostile. Sometimes they'll be like, you're my enemy, even though like I'm helping them. And it doesn't return their soul to their body. It's only a spirit.
Okay. Easy enough. Easy peasy. Oh, here you go. Here's the necklace. Is this okay?
She like inspects it, holds it to light. Perfect.
Great.
Um,
Do what you gotta do.
okay. Rook, it is around this time that you do make your way to the cellar.
I know what they're planning on doing. I will let anything, basically, like all of it happening without desecrating the body.
Okay. Okay. You see a woman light up incense as she places them on either side of the board that the boy is on, the table. Place them on either side. She pops out 2 of the gems in the necklace and she places it on the eyes. She crushes up the rest and she places it down the chest. And she begins this like chant. It sounds strangely soothing, kind of like a lullaby. Something that would entice you into like walking toward her. And it kind of does. As you guys are listening to this chant, you're hearing it, you do, Rook, you feel the compulsion to like walk toward her, and you're listening intently to her. And as it happens, she kind of looks over to each one of you and begins. It looks like she's pulling something from the body. She's kind of like mimicking it, so you can't see what she's doing, but it seems like she can see what she's doing. And with the ashes from the incense, she begins to crush them over the body. She is doing this ritual, and suddenly you see emerge from the ground is this form. It is like not a bright light, kind of like a dimming light with tendrils coming out of it, and from the tendrils they begin to latch onto one another and they form Thomas.
Huh. Fancy effects. Hello, Thomas. Now, just so you know, you're dead. And you have an opportunity, actually, to avenge yourself. We need to know who killed you.
I'm dead.
I thought I was supposed to be asking the questions. Why is he asking me a question?
You asked him something that he does not know. He only knows what he knew before life. He does not understand what happened after.
Oh. Yes, Thomas, you are dead. Do you remember the last person you saw before? Just the last person you saw.
Ugh. I don't know. I went to bed. I woke up with like a pressure on my chest. I don't know. It was this guy. He was maybe 5'2". And he was standing over me.
Is there anything else you can remember about the guy? Maybe hair color, race, face shape,
He's
eye
wearing
color.
He's wearing a cloak. I think there was two guys, because one of them was tall, and then I don't remember seeing their eyes, but I remember maybe their hand. They were like soft, like they hadn't done a day's labor ever. And the bigger one, didn't really say anything. But this humming noise kept coming from him. Does that help?
A little bit. Do you remember any of the colors of their cloaks? Any stitch work, prints, patterns?
They were black with like a gray border. One of them had this like red little flower on their chest, I suppose.
Okay. Do you remember? Oh goodness. I'm thinking about my last question.
You are indeed.
Yeah. Rook, do you have anything you want to ask him?
No. He doesn't know who killed him.
But he gave us a lot of details.
Hmm.
Okay. Well then, do you have any words that you want us to pass on?
Give my pension to my sister. It was nice, I guess. I like it better on this side. Calm.
Okay. Well, enjoy your afterlife. Bye-bye.
Bye. He looks to you, Rook, and he goes, bye.
I give him like a salute.
And he becomes this tendril of dim light, unlatches, and delves back into the ground.
That was so interesting to see in person after such a long time. Okay. Violet, I have to admit, it's very impressive. Your skills have not diminished.
No, I'm old, not boring.
Well, I am glad that you were able to help us and that you're still around.
Not for
Hopefully we
long,
don't have
I
to.
think.
Well, hopefully we don't have to do this anytime soon again.
Yeah, because then you'd be shit out of luck.
That is true. Need to make new friends or something. Be personable.
Yeah, I've been telling you this for the last 50 years.
Eh, I don't listen very well, you know that.
True. Where's my gold?
Oh, right. Probably upstairs. Maybe probably has it in her office already. I will ask one of the attendants to help you with that.
Very well. She just walks up the steps. This isn't hard day's work. You do notice that she didn't need all the jewels on your necklace. She's got like 3 or 4 left in there.
Yeah, kind of figured. Oh, well.
Rook.
Yes.
What is Rook thinking? What is he doing?
Trying to. So, the description, the robes, the rose, just again.
It didn't say rose, he said red flower. It could be
Red
any type of
flower.
flower.
Okay, in my mind it was a rose. But yes, you're right. It could be any flower. Yes, I'm doing a lot of that.
Could be a red poppy for all we know.
So he's just basically like trying to remember the details that the boy gave.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say Rook is listening. What do you do afterward?
I'm going to go back to my post and think about today's events.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Don't you need to tell what's his name? The guy that you kind of
I'm just gonna
stole
walk
his
away
job
ignoring
from?
her.
Hello? What kind of guard captain is he if he's not actually doing his job?
Lola, with a little bit of timid, like a little bit of timidness to her voice goes, well, madam, you technically have no standing other than Our Lady's friend. He does not have to listen to you. None of us
Well,
do.
I was only going to suggest that he tells what's his name's. Oh God, I cannot remember the former captain's name.
Bert.
To tell him about the young boy's last wish, about the pension going to his sister.
I think that's just standard practice.
Unless it's going to a mother or to a brother or to some other unsavory family member.
Would you like me to do that?
I would appreciate it. It would only be respectful of the young man.
Very well. She goes down the stairs. She makes her way to do whatever it is you instructed her to. What are you doing? He's gonna go to, like, have dinner, play some games, like, do anything.
Probably send word to Lady Euphemia about black cloaks with gray trim and a red flower emblazoned on them. And if she remembers anybody in court with such colors, banners, if not, then I'm starting to think maybe I need to find a seamstress too, who may have who may have been employed to do one.
Okay. For sure. Yeah. So you can do that. It's not hard. You can send that message. Now Theoden,
Yes.
you wanted to speak to your father.
I did want to speak to my Lord Father. It's been a few days.
Okay. So you are kind of ushered up to his room as soon as Khan gets word that he's done. She kind of
Excellent.
she had like a little hat for you for your head. She was like measuring it to your head.
Oh.
And as soon as she heard that like your father was available, she stopped and she started to like usher you to his rooms. You make it there with no issue at all, and Khan stands at the door and waits for you to go in.
Okay, I do proceed in.
Okay.
My Lord Father, how goes it?
Whoa, son. He's straightening his jacket.
Good.
Yes.
So yes, a few questions. So in our correspondence, you had mentioned that you wanted us specifically to get closer to the De Vesemir family and the Raylon family. I'm curious about the latter. Was there any specific reason that you had in mind for sort of getting closer and establishing ties with them specifically?
I suppose you're my only son now. Yes. I feel like the Raylon are on their upturn. I do not know why, but I feel that they are to rise in power again.
So just a feeling is all.
And a bit of information.
Could you mind sharing that information with me? They've specifically come up in some of our investigations that we've been doing for the Lady Fordain.
I suppose. I find it sharing information with your sister has become tiresome. So, Lord Rajat killed his brothers, or at least one of them. I believe he stabbed him and threw him in the river. So my sources tell me. And the Raylon found the body with the idiot's blade still in his chest. So, the Great Lord and I came to a compromise. They don't stop our ascension. And they don't stop the Raylon. Well, through marriage, I suppose.
So Great Lord Rajat, if I have that correctly, he
Good.
murdered Good Lord. Okay, it's hard to keep in track. People seem to be expiring like flies these days. Good Lord Rajat murdered one of the Raylon children, and so as part of
No.
his
We
own
can't-
brother.
Killed his own brother.
Oh, who would do something like that?
Hmm.
Sorry, I got to have a bit of humor about it. Nothing else.
Yes.
So, let's see. So the deal is basically that we stay quiet about Rajat's dealings if he stays quiet about our ascension.
Yes. He will not intercede or intercept, whatever the word is.
Okay. So, how is it that we're going to ascend? We seem to be at odds with the current reigning lord and lady. Or king and
Oh.
queen, or whatever they're called.
King and queen.
The
That is why
Veldas.
That is why I gave you the men that I gave you. Disrupt power. A coup would change the structure.
Sure. If we succeed, yes.
Yes.
So, I guess I guess you should be aware of what we've uncovered, because I'm not sure anymore how forthcoming the Fordanes are going to be. There was a bit of deception involved earlier on today, but it seems like somehow through some sort of magic, the Lady Fordane, I believe Rajat's well, the Lady Fordane somehow linked a couple of eggs with some people, dragonborn eggs. I presume the Raylons, with some individuals who I do not know. So I guess if this plays part in your plan, then it's information you already know. But if not, it's something to consider.
Dragonborn eggs or dragon eggs? Very different.
That's a good question. I just heard the word eggs, and I guess I assumed dragonborn. I don't know. DM, would I know definitively one way or another?
Nobody asked, so no.
Didn't think so. Just eggs. I was sort of assuming dragonborn, but I suppose now that you mention it, that was not made clear. I hadn't considered that dragons might be in play as well. Surely we've got enough going on.
Well, might be dragons, might be dragonborns, though. I don't. Perhaps it was because they were decimated during the drown.
That's part of why I thought it was a bit weird that you wanted me to get in touch with them specifically. They seem very much on the downward slide.
suppose I am hedging our bets. I am hoping for the best.
Makes sense. So I do have to wonder, our investigation, and I'm going to keep up with that and with this group of individuals. Our investigation does seem to be pointing. It will likely require us to investigate the Raylons a bit more. So if there's something that you need me to misdirect, or anything about the Raylons that I should specifically avoid asking, avoid probing for, I guess right now I want to get at the truth because I thought that's what would be most beneficial. But if there are aspects of the truth that I should skirt around or guide the group around, I certainly would love to know that.
No. I also want to know the truth about the Raylon. The only thing you have to skirt the truth about is our part in any of this.
Sure, makes sense. Yes, we are being as discreet as possible. I think a lot of it under the guise of me searching for a lady wife, which is a real search, but also provides a nice cover to allow me to keep discussing with various members and friends of the court to try to gain some sort of insight there.
Good.
Is my brother's passing known yet? I think when it comes to finding a suitable match, I think the idea of being the eldest son may ingratiate me more to some of the more discerning families as far as that goes. So if that's something that people know now, then perhaps that would be good, and perhaps I should sort of slowly proceed on my search until that becomes common knowledge, just to make sure that we're getting the best match for myself and for our family.
The girl that your brother took as a common law wife has disappeared, and your brother's body is currently being dragged out of the river. So, proceed as heir.
Roger that. Well, I'm, of course, devastated by his loss.
You would be the only one.
Well, we must make appearances, right?
You're shaping up to be a very, very interesting man, son.
That may be the nicest thing you've ever said about me.
I will likely do it more often.
Let's see. I think that was... Yes, I think that was everything for me. I would tell him the details, like, but basically inform him of everything that went on, but I'm not going to recall that here.
Yeah.
But other than that, those were the main things, really.
Very well. He pulls out a box. It's like a book-sized box. He hands it over to you, and he gestures for you to open it.
I do open the box.
Inside the box is a kind of a chain of your family insignia, and you would recognize it as your brother's. He would wear it as heir to the De Vesemir house, to the to the Deverett house. And it has his, like, signet ring. Obviously, one is for formal occasions. Your sister has given up her want to be heir. Congratulations.
Thank you, Father. I will do my best not to disappoint you, and maybe also keep this on the down low a little bit. Maybe I won't go around flashing it everywhere just yet. Want to keep up appearances that we do miss my dearly departed brother.
It is not uncommon. Weathering. Show that we are still strong.
Duly noted. I slipped the ring on.
Slip the ring on. Fits perfectly.
And if that is all, I suppose I should rendezvous with the others. Continue on.
All right. He lets you leave. You do find that as now you have a signet ring, whatever finger you put it on, I'm assuming the pointer finger?
I don't know what finger. Would it go on the ring finger, or is that reserved for, like, betrothal? I don't know how rings work.
It would go on the pinky or the pointer finger.
We'll say the pointer finger. Why not? We'll make it prominent.
Okay. You make it prominent. It's on your pointer finger, and you find that it feels heavy, but it just feels kind of regal. It sits right. What is Theoden feeling? I want to know that. I'm interested.
It's very, I think, a sense of sort of pride and accomplishment, because he did set out to do well and to do the right things, but sort of, it's bittersweet, because even though his brother was obviously an evil man, he doesn't want to be the kind of leader who is a bad person. He wants to be a good person, and it's difficult thinking you've done the right thing, but also thinking you've done a wrong thing. So it is a lot to process, but it is definitely a feeling of accomplishment, because there is, regardless of the little bit of ugly circumstance, he has shown to his father he can be a good leader, and I think that is, he's feeling a little bit giddy when it finally sets in that, oh hey, this is the thing I wanted. But it's also weird because there's so much left to go. It's not like I'm crowned lord and then I retire, or crowned good lord or whatever lord and then I retire. It's I get crowned this, which means I worked a lot toward this, but this is more work.
Right.
It's like getting a promotion at work a little bit.
I get that. Yeah.
But for now, he's going to celebrate it internally, because obviously his brother's just died, and he has to keep up appearances of being a little bit cut up about that. But internally, he'll celebrate it.
Yeah. Celebrate it internally. Khan, you see that there is a cart that begins to, like, its procession into the villa, and you can recognize that is it is the cart that carries your brother's body. And you see Khan as she notices the ring on your finger. You see that behind you, you hear just tiny little claps. As she quietly cheers, quickly hiding her hands as people pass by.
Give her a little nod.
She follows behind you. Wherever you're gonna go today, she's just gonna follow, I'm afraid.
Roger that. I don't know, did we decide where we were going to rendezvous, or what was going to happen? I guess if there's time, I might... You're all going to make it weird. If there's time, I might invite Khan back to have a celebratory drink just in my room. A perfectly not just a friendly, like, she's been sort of my backer this whole campaign so far, so just a little, like, private, hey, I get to share my triumph in front of someone who's not going to judge me for it in one way or another.
Okay. Yeah, she goes back. She quietly, as you tell her that, she says, "Hold on," and she kind of scurries away. And as you go into your room, you see that she pushes. She comes in through like a passageway that is like a door that is pushed open. And she's carrying like a basket of stuff. It's got
You
like
had that passageway the whole time?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
they're everywhere.
Oh, well, good, efficient. What have you got? What have you got?
She begins to pull out cheeses and like she has like a whole chicken, like a whole roasted, like what is it called? A pork roast. She's got like
Sure.
jam and honey and just all kinds of stuff. She's got noodles. She's stocked up.
So I guess I would enjoy the feast, of course. Where did you get all this stuff?
Kitchens.
Oh, okay. Guess
Stole it.
it makes sense.
Mine.
So one thing I would wonder, Theoden would take a moment to assess Khan. She's, what is her level of competence overall? Like, obviously, she's done well enough for me as far as dressing and, that sort of thing. What is her level of competence? For context, maybe like some sort of a head of house, if that's a thing, or someone to just kind of keep the household together, just as far as like various advisor, confidant in the form of like a servant or employee or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, Khan, when you first met her, did tell you that she came from a good family. Like, she isn't just some girl that got picked up. She did come from like a good family, so she's well educated.
Okay.
She's like well read. She's analytical, mathematical. Like, she's, if you were to pick someone to be a head of a household, it would be her. Just
Okay.
because, as a woman, kind of gender, like gendered roles within this nation are women take care of the house.
Okay.
So she would know how to like balance accounts, how to make sure that things get done, that kind of stuff. So just
Okay.
at first glance, she's perfect for the role of like running a house.
Okay. I don't actually discuss any of this with her in the moment. This is more of an overall feel.
Yeah.
I just enjoy kind of the celebration and the just the little private. Yeah, I did it.
Yeah. She does like show you how to make like a little bear out of rice.
Oh.
She's just like, and then you can eat the bear. Eat it. It's
Well,
lovely.
Normally the bear eats me, I suppose. In Soviet Russia, you eat bear.
You eat
Makes
bear.
sense.
That's what I said. And you guys have this wonderful little kind of picnic, or like celebratory feast, just the two of you. And she tells you about stuff that she's heard. She's just having a conversation with you, holding a conversation. Cassius.
Yes.
What's Cassius doing?
He's asleep for
Oh,
like
he's
at
just
least
asleep.
8 hours.
Oh, he's like full asleep.
He's tired.
Okay.
I mean, at least I
Uh,
would say at least 3.
Fair.
But probably a while. He hasn't slept, so.
That's fair. You know what? With Cassius asleep, people doing their own things, kind of a nice time to end for tonight. And that's where we're gonna close the session. It's a little early, but I feel like this is a good place to stop.
Yeah, we went really late last time anyway.
We did. So we're making up for it this time. Hi guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was a little bit calmer. I promise it will pick up. But we did get some beaches, so that's nice.
Some beaches. We got a couple more pieces, quite a few pieces of the puzzle actually.
A lot of exposition. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
We may
sorry
have
if it was
to-
too much.
We may have to go over it like in chat this week so we don't forget. Because it was a lot.
It was a
of
lot.
pieces. Yeah.
And again, if I ever do too much exposition, let me know. But you guys have a lot of pieces of a puzzle. But you are also getting a lot of conflicting things. You're getting too many pieces, if some would say.
Yeah.
And now it's a matter of picking it out.
Yep.
Why are there 5 corners in this puzzle? There's only 4 corners in a rectangle.
It's been a star the whole time.
Oh no, I don't have the brain power for that many corners. 4 was my limit.
Well,
Maybe Cass and Theoden together they can come up with 5 corners.
ooh. 2 boys, 5 corners. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this session.
Yeah.
Again, go find all my lovely players everywhere on the internet. I suppose, you know, have fun. Come back every Thursday for a while, for the rest of this show. I promise it's fun. I promise. There's a lot of things. You guys can come back Fridays, at 6 Pacific time and 9 Eastern, if I'm correct. And you guys can watch another show that takes place within this same world, but just about 2 years in the future. So things in this
Only
time-
2?
Only 2, I'm afraid. Just 2. That's all I could push. So, you know, come around, go watch that, and then the next week come back here and watch this show that starts at 4 Pacific time. It ends around 8. We're just ending a little early. Yeah, we're also affiliated with Fantasy Grounds, so if you guys want to like buy anything on Fantasy Grounds, just like hit the link down below and in like the description, and then whatever you buy, we get a little kickback just so we can keep the channel running and doing fun things. Is there anything you guys want to talk about, or anything you guys want to plug?
Not for next week. I won't be here.
That's fair.
I guess
I'll be next week. I'll be in Vegas.
if somebody donates to the channel, I don't know what the amounts are, but I will do a doodle of their choosing. So,
Fan art.
Oh,
yeah,
Sort of fan art.
oh my.
do some fan art or something. For whoever wants to donate, maybe next session or this session or whatever.
Hold on. Can I donate $5 to get Cass in that bathtub scene?
Honestly,
You can if you want. Yes, hey, it's not limited to just viewers.
I knew that would be the
Honestly-
first thing.
I am okay with this. Guys, next session of this one, I assume, of this show, come donate money so that we can get Lim to just draw Cass in all kinds of like sexy
Situations.
poses. Just like full chest, just oiled up.
Oh boy. Hey, the
come
more
out-
money there is, the sexier it gets.
Wow.
The more cash, the more detailed.
The more
is what
cash,
always
the more
is.
Cass.
Cassius.
That's what the donation is gonna
Cash
be
for
called.
Cass.
Cash for Cass. But yeah, come by. You guys have a good time. We're gonna be going now though, but